Speaking of terrible financial decisions, let's talk about Black Adam. So, The Rock. We've talked. You've clearly got an axe to grind with Dwayne Johnson that we can touch on this show, but
I don't, because I love The Rock and I love everything he has done. I enjoy him as a person. I have loved all of his stuff until recently, but I think right now he's just doing so much that I just I need you to again take 10 to 20% off. I just slow down, because you are a good thing. You are a good person.
He's oversaturated.
Have you seen the
himself.
size of that man? He has become a boulder. He ain't gonna slow down.
But that's what I mean. I think that's a
He's
good way.
a juggernaut.
That's a good way to put it. Is he's just oversaturated himself, and he's just doing
I felt
so
that way
much.
for a long time. It seemed like every year there was 3 movies from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And then
you
he's
got an
doing-
action one, you got a comedy, and then you got, you know what I mean?
Well, and then he's doing Terramana, which is my favorite tequila brand. That is my go-to. Whatever.
You gotta get his Zoa energy drinks.
I love his Zoa energy drinks.
Crack a Zoa and let's go.
I enjoy his Under Armour products. I've always been a huge fan of him, but right now I'm just I need.
Are you gonna watch the XFL? I am.
Is he in it?
Sure. Yeah,
he owns it. Him and his wife.
The entire
Him and
thing?
his ex-wife / business.
The
partner
entire
bought it.
thing?
Yeah, he
He
literally
bought it on a fire sale. Because after they shut down because of COVID, Vince McMahon liquidated all of his assets and was selling it, and The Rock bought it for dirt cheap.
Yeah.
And now they're gonna kick off in February.
Yeah, they just
Yeah,
had
no,
their-
I knew that.
They just had their draft a while back.
Got the new unis out.
Mhm.
I'm a little upset because
Why?
they moved the Vipers to Vegas, but then I was also like, Vegas is cool.
But my only other thing with him is so far, relatively, he has not had a flop. And Black Adam's the first time. And I don't want to see him spiral.
This is the best he's ever done.
He does
at
have
the
that thing in
box
his
office.
contract that he can't lose in a fight in any of
Which,
his
I
At
mean,
least in the Fast and Furious movies. I don't know about every movie, but
That's
it might be every
fair. That's fair. I didn't. You know what? That's fair
Anyway,
to
let's talk about
quantify
Black
it.
Adam's box office. So Black Adam made $387 million worldwide in terms of profits to a $195 million budget. This is
Come in.
This is The Rock. This is The Rock talking about his.
That's how he tweeted.
Yeah, this is The Rock's tweet. Okay, so sorry, I thought this was from the article that I was using to reference
You
this.
dick.
I'm sorry. So this is The Rock saying the film's $387 million worldwide profits to a $195 million budget, coupled with marketing and other costs, meant the film would struggle to break even. Some of these costs included an $80 million marketing campaign, which fell $20 million short of Warner Brothers' pre-COVID plans for advertising the film. Waiting to confirm with financiers before I share this excellent #Black Adam news. Our film will profit, all caps, between $52 million to $72 million. Fact. At almost $400 million worldwide, we are building our new franchise step by step. The first Captain America only made $370 million for the DC future. That one was in parentheses.
My whole thing with that is when he tweeted that, throwing in when he tweeted the Captain America thing, I was like, I don't care if you're defending your film and stuff, but I was like, it makes me feel like you're not handling the criticism well when you're throwing jabs.
He also bitched about IGN comparing the box office of Black Panther and Black Adam. And he's like, which is not, in his defense, is not a fair comparison.
I was gonna say, I felt he was right on that.
Yeah.
They're.
But I just thought that was funny that he went after IGN for that.
But I mean, that was fair because you can't compare those things. They're different things, and they all have different weights. There's also a lot more invested in Black Panther currently than Black Adam.
Yeah, but
I didn't think that was a fair comparison for them to do anyway.
Yeah, it's just
Black Adam is a sequel. You got a bunch of people waiting and anticipating the sequel, ready to go to it and everything. Black Adam is a brand new thing that he's trying to get people to come out and see. It's not.
I thought he did a good job promoting his film.
Yeah, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
But it was an average at best.
It was a good time.
Superhero movie.
It was a good time at the movies.
But I mean, that's how I feel.
It was a fun movie.
I can definitely say I had a good time watching the movie in the theater.
I enjoyed
it. The spectacle that you know what I mean?
But I wouldn't tell you to go out of your way to see it.
No.
But my whole thing is that's what I feel with a lot of Warner Brothers or DC products is I'm like, yeah, that was all right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I feel about a lot of their movies is Oh, that was okay.
I've
That was
never
fun.
cried at a DC movie, but I have cried at Marvel movies. There you go.
There's just so I mean, there's just I don't know what the recipe is different in or why they're able to do it, but Marvel just does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's be honest. I mean, Marvel's products have taken a dip in
I think
in
it's
quality.
They did, especially in this last
It's
one.
And that's why they're slowing down, because
Yeah,
they
well,
want to make sure that they have the quality before the quantity.
And I think that was a huge mistake to make quantity over quality with Phase
They
4.
realized that.
And that was frustrating because there was some...
There's some decent stuff.
People don't like Thor: Love and Thunder. I loved Thor: Love and Thunder. I enjoyed that.
The farther I get away from it, the less I think of it. But I don't. I'm never going to get to a point where I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It's just that the farther away I get from it, the more I think the criticisms
It's fair.
might have been a little more valid than I first gave credence to.
That's kind of where I'm at. I've watched it 3 times now.
I still love the message of the movie,
Yeah, it's great.
but yeah, there's a lot of decisions that were made. The whole opening sequence with those aliens is funny, but
That's the
you
only
also still destroyed like an entire planet's like really holy temple. Like that's not that funny. I know it's
See,
fictional, but
this is my problem. It's a fucking comic book movie.
I know, but
Which is another reason why I like Black Adam so much, because Black Adam knows it's dumb. Black Adam knows it's stupid.
Does it though?
And, yeah,
I didn't.
It
feel
tries
like
to be
that at
serious,
all.
but
Okay.
it's stupid. Like,
Well, yeah.
I feel like you have to pick a lane. You either can be
actually, you know what? You're right. You're right. That movie does not know it's stupid, but that movie does know
You can be
that it's a comic book.
You can be campy or you can be serious. Whereas like Doctor Strange, I felt like
I fucking love that too.
which I didn't I've it's grown on me. I didn't like it at first because it was campy.
But I'm a
then-
Raimi guy, so.
But I was gonna say then I stepped back again and I was like that was a Sam Raimi film.
Yeah.
Marvel has not made
Totally
a bad
is.
movie. Marvel has not made a movie, even as much as I don't like Eternals.
Yeah.
It has not made a movie where I'm like, that was shit,
Yes.
in my opinion.
There's
But that's the
weak
thing.
products.
And this is why I'm
Yeah.
comparing. But this is why I'm comparing Phase 1 and Phase 4 so much. And it again, I don't know.
There were some weak
My
products in
biggest thing too, and you and I were talking about this leading up to the release of Black Adam, and I think this is a big reason why Black Adam failed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a gamble for Marvel to make a movie based on Iron Man,
Right.
right? And look, it worked out for him and made this empire.
Sure. Yeah.
But I think The Rock is coming to terms with the fact that, like Tarantino said in our last episode, or last couple episone's, it doesn't matter who the star is.
Yeah.
The character is what matters.
Yes.
And people don't know who the fuck Black Adam is. And you and I went around and around about this because I agree with you. Nobody fucking knows Black Adam.
Everybody knows who The Rock is. Nobody
Shaz-
knows who Black Adam
Shazam-
is.
look,
you put them together, and it's kind of a clusterfuck.
Shazam made money,
Yeah.
but if before that movie, there'd be nobody that knows who Shazam is. And I
No.
guarantee you they didn't go see it because Zachary Levi's in it.
No.
You
they
know what I
went to
mean?
see it
But
because
he
it
was
was a
great.
comic
And
book movie.
But
this
he was great.
He
in
was
that movie.
great. Yeah, but he wasn't like. Yeah, nobody went.
And I still like Dwayne Johnson. I still like him.
Yeah, I love
but
him.
I think this is a huge dent in his ego because
I
I
think
think
so.
this is
It would
and
be,
like
yeah.
we were talking about before the show. And this has made the most money any movie it's made opening weekend box office for him and any movie he starred in. But you're right, he didn't have superhero budgets. He had much more modest budget.
Where he
And-
was the budget.
And
Yeah.
and the marketing budget for those movies was certainly not 80 to 100
only
million
one-
like Black Adam was supposed to be or whatever
The
the
only-
tweet said.
The San Andreas is like still one of his still his biggest
I
movie.
liked that movie. I enjoyed
I
it.
never saw it.
I saw
it was a
Sky-
g-
Hey, I like the
I want to see Rampage.
That was
Here-
good. I liked
here-
it.
I want to
Here's-
see it because I love that video game
Yeah,
when I
that
was a
was fun.
kid.
Here's
yeah.
the conflicting issue because I am the guy who has seen most of the Rock's movies in theaters.
Wow.
2 of them I did because I had Movie Pass at the time.
Even Skyscraper.
Skyscraper was shit, but I saw that in the theater because
See, I don't even know
so
all of his
I-
movies
So I
because I didn't pay
kinda
enough
I bought
attention.
into The Rock being a superstar, being a movie star
Because he's
but,
fun.
But that's me.
He's fun
But you
to
also have
watch.
to come into mind that I loved The Rock when I was a kid. I've been watching The
Yeah.
Rock since I was a little boy when he was fucking doing WWE shit. So I've always liked The Rock. I've always been on The
Yeah.
Rock's side. So I'm different. I'm not like everybody else.
Well,
and yes, he still has a lot of wrestling fans that will watch his movies, but at this, I think he's coming to terms with this is just not the climate anymore.
I mean, I never grew up watching wrestling. I grew to like The Rock because of who he was as a person and a character, and
I mean, you know how many people are outraged that Robert Pattinson was cast at Batman, and then everybody fucking saw that movie opening weekend because it's Batman.
it's Batman. Yeah.
You want to see Batman. That's what it is.
Well, and also
We wanted to see Robert Pattinson's take on Batman.
I didn't really want to see
But-
Robert Pattinson's
But
take
it,
on Batman.
but it,
It's
I mean,
because you
but
haven't
that's,
seen
that's
everything
the thing
he's
is
He's a
you
good
know
actor.
whoever was going to be in the suit, you were going to go see that person's iteration of the Batman
Oh,
because
sure, yeah.
it's the Batman.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
And it's honestly, there could be arguments made that
and that was a great movie. Holy
there
shit!
could be arguments
So
made
good.
that you could have a movie star and like that guy, like Michael Keaton is Batman. He's gonna be Batman every movie. Like you could set that up and have that, and some people believe in that. I don't.
Right.
I believe in the idea of having different actors for different portrayals because it's just like a comic book. There's so many different
So the only- my
interpretations,
only-
and that's the beauty of those characters.
But
is
that's
you
been
can do different
since
stories.
comic book movies. Is the first Superman was what's his name? Who nobody knew.
And then you got Cavill, and he is perfect.
But nobody knew him when he was
And there's-
first
and then
Superman.
look, and then
That's kind of the point of superhero
My,
casting.
my only complaint about Cavill's Superman is he's jacked and he's hot Clark Kent. Like
He
that's-
does, yeah. That's what Reeves.
Christopher Reeves, yeah.
Yeah.
Reeves did better than anybody. Is that he was so noble and like
He was
whatever
nerdy.
as Superman. He was Superman.
He was a really good dork
but he was
as
oh,
Clark
oh,
Kent.
yeah,
Yeah.
he slouched and oh gee Lois.
Oh, wow.
oh, yeah, he was great.
It was
but
sorta-
yeah, Cavill was like, hey, what's up? I'm Superman. I'm also Clark Kent. You want to do me both? You want to do
I'm
both sides of
bursting
me?
through this
I'm
tiny
bursting
jacket.
through this tiny jacket. Watch me reload my arms. That's not the right movie.
That was still the best thing.
But I
ever.
mean, how can you not? Henry Cavill's a beautiful man.
Objectively,
he's a, he's
Objectively,
a
a
beautiful,
handsome
hunk of-
guy.
hunk
yeah,
of
he's a
burning love.
beautiful man.
He looks like Superman.
Yeah,
He's
now-
got the jaw. He's
now
got
I'm
everything.
He was
Comfortable.
perfect.
Now,
And that's the thing,
I'm
too.
thinking of that sweaty Henry Cavill.
Man, what an ass.
You ever watch him build a PC? Oh man.
Tell me about Warhammer 40K.
What are you talking about? That's on my favorites list on YouTube.
That's what I love about him too. He's such a fucking nerd.
He's a dork, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like painting Warhammer 40K figurines. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I don't know anything about that.
No, I don't either.
But props to you, man. Love what you love. Yeah. So yeah, it's just again, it's a dent to his ego. This is a guy who's been reached the top of the WWE. He's been atop the box office. He's had such great success, and then he's like, well, actually, I made money. It's like, again,
This is
Star
the first
power-
time that he's like, well, yeah.
did I see Black Adam because it was The Rock? Maybe, but I was going to see that movie anyway, not just because of the podcast, but I watch pretty much every superhero movie, and him and I have talked about this.
I'll watch.
I can
every
find
movie.
good in any superhero.
Yeah.
Me too. I still like Green Lantern and Ben Affleck's Daredevil because it was Green Lantern and Daredevil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they were terrible movies objectively,
But
but
I
I
mean,
still
like,
liked them
even
sort
the
of.
Transformers movie, like you're not watching them because they're a
That-
cinematic
I
masterpiece.
like-
but
I
they're
s-
fun. I enjoy.
I still
those
like that
movies.
first one, and
I
then
can't
it go,
wait for Rise of the Beasts.
I'm soaked.
after.
Yeah, I was.
You're
stoked.
soaked,
I'm soaked in my
Dude,
pants.
dude. Can we use that? That's got to be a drop.
Yes.
That's got to be merch. I'm
Yes.
soaked. Soaked. I'm fucking ready for this trailer. I'm soaked. What are you?
I'm soaked like I've been walking through the jungle.
It'll win over the Mormons for sure. We'll get a
Mm.
lot more Mormon listeners.
Really?
If we're soaking. You know about that?
Thanks, BYU.
Apparently, the Mormons
This is
are
off
big
panel,
into
off
hot,
topic.
hot
Yeah, we need
tubs.
to.
No, I will talk about
this. Is
this.
for the end of the show.
Hot topics.
Oh yeah, we'll
hot
play. We'll
tubs.
play our.
There's a
outro
lot of
music.
hot tubs in Utah.
I
A
don't.
lot of them.
I don't know if that's true.
Have you been to Utah?
Soaking. They're soaking in Utah.
That's not what's.
Either way-
Are we talking about panties?
Shut up.
Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.